digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Hi and good evening and welcome to THFC Till I Die, home of Tottenham past, present and the exciting future under somebody. Who knows? Maybe Ange could lead us to European glory. There's more chance of that than me winning the lottery, but you never know. It is do or die for Ange. We've got a bit of breaking news on Sunny. We've got the timeline up where you can watch the game as well. And your thoughts, guys. I want to get your thoughts in the chat. What do you think of tomorrow night? What did you think of Ange's press conference today? I haven't watched it. I've got it on me on the monitor. I will do a video on Ange's press conference about it, and I will do actually a video about it, about all Ange's press conferences. And do you feel that the press are trying to trip Ange up a little bit? Do you feel that Ange knows he's finished, that he's going to lose his job, that he doesn't care what he says? And we're going to go through, and Sonny not traveling to Germany. What do you think of that? Do you think as captain he should be there? I think he should as captain, but let me know, guys, what you think. But the breaking news is Sonny is out injured with a foot injury. Now I got a report that he could be back at the weekend, but we have to wait and see. It's not 100%. Danso is fit. He is fit to play for tomorrow. So what do you do? Do you put him on the bench? Do you start him? Romero, is his head in the game? Who gets the captaincy? There's a lot of unknowns tomorrow night, and going to Frankfurt as well, and us never playing well under a intimidating atmosphere. Would that go against us tomorrow night? Would that go against us? I love to know what you guys think. It's down to you. I'm on my own tonight, but don't worry, I will be back tomorrow with Steve. Will be back joining me for the watch along. James is a bit under the weather tonight, so that is why. I don't know, Steve. See if Steve is free. He's just messaged me. What do you think of the intro, lads? Let me know what you think. New intro, new music. I hope you like it. I tell you what, because it's a new intro, I will play it as the outro just for tonight. But I hope you like it. I love it. I love the rocky 80s music. It's good. It really is good. I love it. I really love it. I just love anything that sort of 80s sort of vibes in it. Let me know what you think. Tequila, if you want to pop on, let me know. I'll send you a link as well, man. If you want to come on and have your say. Let's go through the chat, Susan. Big up to Jazz Viewing. He says, hearing someone miss the trip. Yes, he is out. Sonny is injured and has not traveled to Germany. I still want to know what you think, lads. I mean, come on, he is club captain. Wayne, would the Steve Perriman not travel to these games if he was suspended? If we play Anderlecht right, and it was roles reversed in '84, would Steve Perriman not travel out with the team? Of course he would, because he's club captain. I think it's ridiculous he hasn't traveled with the team. It shows, I think there's fractures within the squad. We got Van der Ven coming out supporting the manager. Again, ask you guys a question. Are players just saying that, or do you feel that some players are still behind Ange? I think some players are still behind Ange. I do. I think the likes of Van der Ven are still behind Ange. Brendan Johnson will be. I think Tell would be. But I think a majority of the senior players, as we broke last night and the night before, that some key players have had enough of Ange. And I would love to know who you think them key players are. Do you think Romero's one of them? Do you think Sonny's another? Do you think Madison's another one? I just, tomorrow's so important for so many different reasons. If we lose, does Ange go straight away? If we win, Ange will have to stay in the job. Tony's, I know, put in our group chat that if he win or lose, he's gone anyway. So where do you go with that, guys? It's hard. Tomorrow is gonna be a very emotional. I want to ask you a question, Tequila. You watched the presser. Was it a deliberate question for Van der Ven, or was it a general? Did he answer it generally? I'd love to know. As I said, I haven't seen the press conference yet. I've only seen the written part of it on my other monitor. But was the question genuine? Was it a setup question? And I'd like to know, you watched it, Tequila. If you want to come on and give your thoughts about it, man, do let me know. I'll send you the link if you want to come on, because I really want to know your views on it, because I haven't seen it. If you're telling me it's bad, then it must have been bad. Big up to Wayne Bonner. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're well. Jazz Fusion, I don't think he's traveled. No, he hasn't traveled to Germany, which I think is an outright disgrace. Indeed, Wayne. Tequila, tell Professor, was it that bad, Tequila? Was he that bad? Was Ange Postecoglou that bad? Was it the questions? Was it him in general? He said it come across very badly. He's under a lot of pressure, Tequila, as well. So I suppose I used to love watching Ange's press conference, but I think he can come across as a bit sarcastic, which I don't think is a bad thing if it's done in the right way. But for me, he must be under immense pressure. Big up to Jazz Fusion tomorrow, all about the venue. It can work for or against us. Look, we don't travel well. You know that, Jazz. Look at Galatasaray. Look at the previous European away games where we've just folded under pressure, where we've folded under the atmosphere. And for me, I think tomorrow is very, 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 very going to be very important. Sorry, I'm just checking if that's a little bit of information to break to you guys. Let's just check. Sorry, I'm just checking. Okay, that's that. Okay. I just want to give a big shout out to my nephew. My nephew's not very well at the moment, so please send your best wishes to Logan. My nephew's not very, he's in hospital at the moment, bless him, so he's not very well. So Logan, if you're watching, Hope you feel better soon, son. We've got Tequila. I used to love Martin Yo. I still love Martin Yo. I love that song they did for Martin Yo. I love Martin Yo. Whatever. I can't remember. It was taken from the States. Oh, what was the name of that woman singer who dressed in leather? Forget what her name was. Anyway, sickens me to have a manager like I know. I look. I get it, Tequila. I do. And I don't think it's. Look, I think tomorrow night all we can do is get behind the team. That's all we can do tomorrow night. If we don't like the manager, like him or not like him, I think this is a European quarterfinal. We've got to get behind the team. It's a chance to get to a semi-final of a European competition. We have to get behind the team. I've got no confidence we're going to win tomorrow night. Look, I'm the most delusional Tottenham fan out there. We all know that. I mean, I come out with some ridiculous score lines like 5-0, we're going to win. Come on, we're going to do this. I've got no faith whatsoever in this team tomorrow night going out there getting the result. And knowing us and knowing our seed, we'll probably go out and batter them 2-0 or something. Yeah, peace and love. Yeah, same to you too. Big up to Tony. Big up, Tony. Hey, mate. Big up, Tony. Wayne, don't bother watching the presser. Haven't for a long time. Well, I'd be interested to know. Guys, I've just got this from my source. This could be the predicted lineup for tomorrow. Right. I won't bring it up just yet, but I will bring it up. Because let's see that. Yeah, I'll bring it up. No, I want to put that there because I do want to go through the chat first, guys, and get speak to you because you're important. Good choice, Wayne. Big up everyone. Big up Mr. Terry White. Hope you're doing well. So big up Terry. We've got also Boris as well. We got the green third kit. That one always gets us the win on our away legs. Perfect example. B and Ajax, Man City, both second legs of Champions League. Boris, I've got no faith in this team at all. I mean, I look at Sunday, right? And I want to ask you lads, you Tottenham fans in the chat, were the team playing for Ange or not on Sunday? Because that was the worst performance I've seen in years. And I will back the team to my dying breath, but it's all about being prepared to dying for that shirt. And we're not dying for that shirt. We're nowhere we're dying for that shirt. That shirt means something. This badge means something. And it doesn't to some of these players for whatever reason. It hurts, and it hurts big time. And I don't want to see my club like this. I don't. I hate seeing Tottenham like this. We've 17 defeats this season is unacceptable in any way, shape, or form. And any manager that loses 17 games, we're a couple of points off last place before relegation, should be sacked at the end of the season. If this was his first season, then look, Ozzy Ardiles nearly got us relegated in his first season. He was given a second season, got sacked halfway through. Unless Ange wins the Europa League, even if he wins that, I don't think he should stay. That might go against what a lot of people say, but for me, Ange Postecoglou, I think he's been found out the Premier League, and it's sad because I've been one of his biggest followers, one of his biggest supporters to do so well for this football club. And it hurts really much. It hurts big time that I have a manager who I love. I love Ange Postecoglou, and I hope he goes back to Celtic. I hope if he leaves Spurs, he goes back to Celtic and continues and brings success to my second club. And if you look at that, I think we need a proven Premier League manager in next. Somebody who's been in the Premier League, somebody that can adapt. I love Ange's way of playing. There's no problem in his way of playing. But the problem is he has to adapt. He has to change within the game, and he doesn't do that. And I think that's become his biggest problem, that he's so stubborn. This is my way of playing. It's going to work. And I get it. I get why he's so stubborn in his way, because why would you change something that has worked and you've won everywhere and it's worked? But I think in the Premier League, the Premier League is a very difficult league to win. You rock probably against the best managers in the world. and the best players in the world. And I think you have to adapt to managing the Premier League. And Jurgen Klopp had to adapt, and he did. Pep had to adapt after his first season, and he did. I just feel that sadly, and with a heavy heart, Ange Postecoglou won't be here, and we broke it. He won't be manager next season. Who do we bring in? I want your thoughts in the chat as well. Who do you want to come in as our new manager? Big up Wayne. You should try Metallica or Slayer intro. Well, this was done by Colin. Colin actually sung the song, by the way. So that is actually Colin singing. Absolutely fantastic. Is Sunny Relly injured? Big up to Mary W, the queen of this channel. She is Her Majesty the Queen. So big up, Your Majesty. As we bow to Mary. Is Sunny Relly injured? Do you know what? I love a good conspiracy theory. Well, let's go along with that. He might not be. That is one hell of a conspiracy theory. He doesn't turn up. I say he is injured, but Mary, look, I got a thing saying he could be fit the weekend. Who knows? Who actually knows? Vodafone told guys in the presser to ask the manager why doesn't he play. Nice to see VDV has had enough of the clown too. I read somewhere also that he backed the manager Tequila. Am I wrong on that? All right. As I said, I haven't seen it, so I will look at it afterwards. I will do a show on it afterwards, guys. I've been so busy today. With stuff, I hadn't a chance to look at anything. Depends on how serious the foot injury is, because I can tell he's been playing through it like most of the season, like he did on the Conte last season. Conte's last season, yeah. Big up to Tinnerpool. You better chin up, son. It's very hard. Very hard. The way I see it, if Son has an issue with his foot, it's best he stays back and spends time sorting out, working at it. Yeah, maybe so, Wayne, but I just feel as captain, I think you need to be out there. Not only are we going to win tomorrow night, we're going to win the whole damn thing. Have some faith. Do you know what, Terry? You don't need to tell me to have faith, man. I'll be there all the way. As I said, I may not be back in Ange, but I'm backing the boys to do a job. And nothing be more Spursy to have the shittiest of seasons we've had and go on to win a European trophy. I mean, how Spursy would that be? That'd be so Spursy. Players' feelings should not matter. Players' feelings should not matter. Tail never allowed to whack the dog. So right, Jazz. Big up to Amir. Would love to see us get the win tomorrow and keeping them fingers crossed for positive result. Look, I'm going to wake up in the morning, right, and I'm going to be buzzing. I'm going to be pumped. It's a European quarterfinal night. I'm going to be, by the time I get to the watch along tomorrow night, I'm going to be absolutely on cloud 109. I will be pumped. No word about that. If we go out, I'm going to be devastated. If we go out, I really will be devastated. And if we go out, is that the end for Ange there and then? Who knows? Who does know? I think it will be. Okay, I don't know what that means. I can't even pronounce it. I would never want Spurs to lose, but let's just say I will be less depressed over a Spurs loss ever if Ange goes. Do you know? I think you are probably. I think most of the fan base are probably in the same position you're in. We don't want our team to lose. We never back our team to lose. Never. But I think there is some fans out there that want us to lose, and that's a whole different kettle of fish altogether. Look, I never want Spurs to lose either. I don't want them to lose. I want them to win tomorrow night. I want them to win the whole damned competition if we can. Because that gets us in the Champions League, and winning the European trophy is nothing to be sniffed at. But do we deserve to win it? Do we deserve to be there? And the question that we don't deserve because we haven't been playing good enough. And I fear going out there because of the atmosphere. We don't play well under intimidating atmosphere. We may give a good account of ourselves, but will some of these players buckle under pressure? Tomorrow is a pressure cooker of a game. And will these players stand up to be counted and be men, or will they just buckle under the pressure? And that's where I'm going at. I want us to win. I'll never back my team to lose. Like you never, I give you one thing, Tequila. You've never ever said, I want Tottenham to lose. You've always wanted us to win. And when we've won, I know you've been happy. And when we've lost, you've been critical, and rightly so. But I think there are some fans out there that just want us to lose to get rid of Ange. And I can't get on that train. I'm sorry. I'll back my team to the death. Who's ever the manager. But if we can, I just want us to go out there and do a job. But it's the intimidation. That's what gets me. Can we fight the intimidation? Will we be intimidated? Frankfurt, I tell you one thing, that stadium's going to be bouncing tomorrow night. That stadium is going to be absolutely, the foundations will be rocking tomorrow night. And will then players buckle under the pressure? Who knows? Mind you, we went to Ajax expected to lose, and we were 2-0 and came back and won that in the last minute. God, wouldn't that be something tomorrow night for did an Ajax? Big up to Mary W. Love the intros. Thank you so much. It was to Colin who did all that. Colin is our chief IT guy. Done a fantastic job with it and the singing as well. So big up to you, Colin. Thank you so much. Smooth. Son hasn't traveled. No loss, to be honest. Not like he's in form or anything. Look, whatever you think of Sonny, he's still our captain. And I would like our captain there. I think he should be out there. Personally, but look, it's up to the club to do what to do. Not a hair met or spandex period, Oshamu. Use walk as the intro. We would get copyright to death. Okay, I'm not talking CHF, a vulgar display of power or beyond driven era. I have no idea what that means. Absolutely no idea. Well, for me anyway, it did. I'm sure others have who are bigger fans of him thought he came across well. I haven't seen that. Look, I trust your judgment. If you said he's come across bad, then that's not good. I trust you, and you saw it. I didn't, and you telling me that he didn't come across bad. I believe you. I believe you. And I trust your judgment on that. And I don't. If you tell me something that it's not good, then I come across and say fair enough. So yeah. I you know, it must be, yeah, it's hard. I get it, but I agree with you. His press conferences recently have been a little bit touchy. All good period of pen. I have no idea what these guys are talking about. Sorry. Pressure on Frankfurt as well, as they don't get out. Yeah, that's true. Whoever scores the first goal tomorrow night, I think, wins the game. To be fair. Women leather. Oh yeah, okay. Oh great. Sentinel got on the pen against Madrid. Oh great. Oh God. Do you really have to bloody depress me? Thanks, Boris. Thank you so much. I've lost where I was in the chat. Big up, probably that won't get a shot on target. I know, Mary. I know, seriously. I know. We'll probably win the Premier. We'll probably win on penalties. Apparently, it's been saved. Big up. Come on, Madrid. Come on, Madrid. Get in there. Thank F the Madrid keeper saved Saka's penalty. Go on, Madrid. Come on. I might go in and cheer Bobby up in a minute after this stream. Just to cause a little bit of hassle, guys. Wayne, Tequila, I'm hoping you follow me for a little bit. I would be surprised if many of the players were playing for him. They should be playing for the fans, the club, and should. But for this manager, yeah, I agree with you. Players, whoever's in charge, it doesn't matter where the manager should be playing for us. We are the club. It's our club. It's not one person's club. It's our club. Mary, the 12 Apostles playing tomorrow wouldn't get. I know, Mary. You know what? I have to agree with you. Tomorrow's result doesn't really matter. The cockerel clock is ticking. Oh, for fuck's sake. Do you know, it's been so long that's been put into the chat, right? The cockerel clock, not clock, is ticking for Ange. It is. Sean says, damn it, why are you streaming during the mid-game? Why would I want to watch Arsenal? Why, Shawnee? Why would I want to watch Arsenal? Seriously. Watch them in the Champions League. Sod off. I won't watch them. Big up Shawnee, though, for coming in. Big up, Shawnee. Great to see you. Some Judas would throw the game for cash, Mary. That's true. That's so true. Big up at them. Swansea team just wasn't motivated. You can see the players weren't switched on. No, not at all. I fear for Land has just burnt all these bridges at Spurs. Even if he wins, he won't repair the damage he's done in Maine because of the hatred between Ange and the fans started. And when Ange was angry at losing to City last season because the fans wanted City to win, stop Arsenal having a chance. Look, during that time, I was very vocal on that. I wanted Spurs to win the game. I think this supporting City shite was bullshit. And that's my opinion on it. It was a lot of bullshit. You support your club through good and bad. You don't just go against not supporting your club. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I just think it was a lot of bullshit myself. Ange doesn't have the personnel for this system. No, he doesn't. And he never will. No, you're quite right. Xavi, he said yes, which is why it won't work. Geordie, big up. He says, Harvey Barnes, has he scored again? Look at you with that trophy. I'm jealous. And he says, 2-0, 3-0, Newcastle. Oh, big up to Eddie Howe, by the way. And I hope Eddie Howe is better, by the way. I know your manager's gone in with pneumonia. But yeah, big up to you, Geordie. And we'll have to get you one at the end of the season. I do want to talk to you. I always have a soft spot for Newcastle United. Have many a good night up there. We've got Jazz saying it's sitting sun. He was pressed on it, but he told them to ask the gaffer why he was not playing. That's interesting. That's very interesting. That's extremely interesting, that comment. Sort of like passing the buck like. I've got Ray Hudson on my commentary. The guy's the best. Big up to you, Shamu. Who would you like? Who would I like? Roberto Mancini. I like the sound of Xavi as well, but I think you need the right director. If we had a Paratici and a Xavi, I think that would work. I think Paratici and the Roberto Mancini will work. I think them two managers for me, Ed, I'd love either of them. I think Mancini's worked in the Premier League, you know how it works. I would love Mancini at the job. They're both out of work, I think, as well. Like Xavi, I've said on many occasions I would love Xavi at Spurs. He won't come to us, but I would love Xavi at Spurs. Big up Sean Maddox. We need to stop playing through these injuries, but yes, let the squad actually fit. Do you know what? I think you can blame a lot on injuries, but the squad's been back to sort of full fitness over the last couple of games, and it still hasn't improved. So what does that tell you? I mean, I keep going back to Sunday. Sunday was a disaster. 55 seconds were 1-0 down. It's not good enough. And I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me when it came to Ange. There was always that little bit at the end. He's going to do good. He's going to prove everyone wrong. I'm now thinking, look, we need to change. And I think 17 defeats in the league season isn't good enough. Games where we have gone up to one at Man City. Yes, we've won at Old Trafford. Yes, we've won in places, but you look at Chelsea, wasn't good enough. You look at the away game at Arsenal, wasn't good enough. You look at Liverpool, wasn't good enough. We've got to play Liverpool at home. They could win the championship up at Anfield. The last time that happened was in the 80s, and Glenn Hoddle scored an absolute screamer for outside the area, and Liverpool won 2-1 in the day and won the league. I'm not expecting anything special at the end of the season. As much as I love my team, I feel like I did under Conte. I just feel like I did under Conte. I just feel drained and I feel empty. But as I said, tomorrow I'm going to be up for it more than ever. It's a quarterfinal of a European competition, a chance to get into a semi-final of a European competition. Come on, these players have to come out and play the game of their lives tomorrow. They have to. They must do. Big up, Geordie. You and your fans deserve all this. Yeah, they do. Newcastle do. I agree with that, Shamu, 100%. Great guy, Shamu. Legend here in South Florida. Big up Jazz. Boris says, well, that's how we win trophies. We have our worst league season, yet we end up winning a trophy. Perfect example. Yeah, 2008, 1991, we won the FA Cup and finished 10th in the league. It has been done. It has been done. They're all talking about the commentary. Way better than Mark Goldfish. Yeah, I agree. Mark Goldfish is not very good. About half our fans want us to lose. Yeah, well, I wasn't one of them, Sean. I wasn't one of them. I want us to beat Man City. And it's actually on YouTube where I said I didn't agree with that. I want us to beat Man City, and I was upset when we lost. We should have won. We should have won. I didn't want us to lose City last year either. I actually agreed. Yeah, Tequila did. We both said it, didn't we, Tequila? We both did a show before that game. And we both come out and said the same thing. You back your team, win, lose, or draw. But I think with Tequila, on which I agree with him at one point, I think a manager can only take it so far. And also, if a manager isn't backed properly within the transfer market, then, and I don't like using the word a one-trick pony. I don't think he is. I think he is a very good manager, Ange, but I just feel he doesn't adapt enough. And that's the problem for me. You look at games where he could have changed things. On Sunday, he should have made substitutions at halftime. That would have changed for me. We didn't. Went on to the 55th, 65th minute. What happens tomorrow night if we're losing? Is he going to wait to the 60th minute before he makes a change? I don't know. It's just, it feels for me, right, that we got a plaster and we're peeling it off slowly when it comes to Ange. And I think if you're going to sack the man, just sack him. Just get rid of him and put Ryan Mason in for that's holy. But if you're going to back him to the end of the season, then back him to the end of the season. They need to come out with some sort of statement on them and say, this is our manager to the end of the season. We'll see where we go there. But there's always nothing from the board, nothing from Levy. Is the takeover, which I was talking about yesterday, has this got a lot to do with it? Is this why Ange is still in the job? Are the new owners coming in? We've got the new CEO that started that's linked with the Qataris that are looking to buy into Tottenham. It's everything sort of being put into place behind the scenes. Has Levy's eye been taken off the ball because of these takeover talks? There's a lot of things that seems very odd to me that any other manager in this situation would have gone a long time ago. And I just feel that there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than what we led to believe. It's just very odd that a manager, I mean, Poch got sacked when we were in 14th place. Mourinho got sacked 6 days for a cup final. Conte got sacked after his rant. Managers have got sacked for less, and there's Ange Postecoglou managing our worst season probably in the Premier League since 2008, 2009, or 2007, 2008, whatever. And he's still in the job. It just doesn't make sense. The board have to come out and say, this is what we're doing to the end of the season. Because if they are going to get rid of him after we go out of Europe, if that's the one thing that's keeping him in the job, then I think that's foolish in one way. Then come out and say, look, he won't be our manager next season. Let us know what's happening. Because with all this speculation and all this news that's coming out, and I'm getting news today from people, win, lose, or draw, he's out tomorrow. If we lose, he's sacked. I mean, if we lose tomorrow, then sack him tomorrow night and put Ryan Mason in. If we win tomorrow night, then you keep him in for the semi-final. But it keeps plodding along. And I think it's no doing good for players, fans, or the club. And I think we're just plodding along. And we need to do better. We do. The board need to do better. Try to win every game. Well, I don't think we're going to win all of them, but never mind. Tequila says, the key to green with Shamoot, green with Ange. Yeah, need a shower, mate. Yeah, you need to clean yourself. Not often you agree with Ange, Tequila. Ooh. I said I said half for a reason. I don't like that mentality. I said half for a yeah, I know what you mean, man. To dare is to do is our motto. We need to dare to believe we can do this. Look, I think we can win tomorrow night. I think it's all about can the players adapt to the atmosphere? That's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is the atmosphere. Can we play under that sort of pressure? Tomorrow's going to be so pressure. That's the problem. Can they play under pressure? Do you know what happens if Frankfurt score first? Will these players be able to pick themselves off, and get back in the game? We did at home, but at home, sorry, I do apologize. That's very, very unprofessional of me. We could at home because we've got the home fans behind us, but can we do it away? We haven't done it away in the Premier League. We haven't done it away, and that's the thing. Penalty to Madrid. Madrid. I've just scored a real penalty. Plus, don't overturn. Look soft. The Czechoslovakia player complaining about diving. Was clear dive though. No one wants to watch it. That's it, Tequila. No one wants to watch them. Big up to the Toon for getting the cup finally and probably back in the Champions League. Yeah, I think they will qualify for the Champions League, Newcastle. I got a sort of soft spot for them. I feel if we bought the wrong Leicester player, should have bought Harvey. I said that at the time. I would have loved Harvey Barnes. I think Newcastle really got a player on hand. Right. Just going to go through the chat very board. We've got Saka missed one for us. Big up to get Giant 68. Big up. I hope you're doing well. I'm just going through the chat. Why didn't they say there was a check begin with and draw line? I know. Ruins the game. VAR, please go. Just please go. Don't want VAR in the game. If it took 5 minutes, it wasn't clear enough. It's corruption. Exactly. Big up, Jason. It's Dermo. With various players rumoring wanting to move on, I doubt they'll run through walls for Ange. Exactly. That's my fear. That's my fear. Big up to Gerard. Ange is our new Colonel Birkinshaw. Dermo, he ain't going anywhere. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh. Those are the days. Let them go. Once my place and not special, maybe a few kids. They made a statement. He's on the contract. No takeover going to happen this season. It'd be at the end of the season. I know that. And what I broke yesterday, that it's all progressing very quickly. So we might get some news out soon. They're all talking to one another. Big up Gerard. They all got sacked for Badmouth and Don Levy and what he's told Levy boy. That was my go name to the back. Okay. With all the sacking talks, all jumping the gun. Well, look, I'm only reporting what has been given to me. So what's given to me, and I have it, I give to you guys. You can make up your own decision. Yeah, the players are playing their parts in the season. The problem as well. Yeah, they are. Everyone's got points. Dermo, nothing was expected of the team this year. When you cut the wage bill by over 30%, how could you? Yeah, exactly. That's another one. Big up to John Barnes. We should have signed. That's a bit late for that. Jumping the gun, says Sean. We lost over 20 games. Exactly. And then we've got Eden. What a play. It was pure magic. Well, guys, this is the team for tomorrow. Let me know what you think of this team. It is a Vicario in goal. We've got Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Udogi, Bentancur, Sarr, Bergville in the midfield, Madison, Johnson, and Solanke up front. Is that a team that can win tomorrow night? I think your back five is solid. I think the midfield is quite solid too. What worries me is Madison and Johnson. Trying to work out, is he changed formation there? You got Porro, Romero. You got a back four. You got a 6 in Bentancur and Sarr. And you got a 6 in Bentoncourt. You got a midfield 8 in Saar and Bergville. You got Madison on one wing, Johnson on the other wing, and then Solanke up front. How does that seem to you as a lineup? Yeah. Big up the column. It says Newcastle 4-0 up at halftime. Arsenal 0 with Milan, and then Inter Milan 0 as well. Yeah, what are you guys thinking of that lineup? Right, Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Udogie. That's your back four. So that's it. You've got Bentancur as the 6. You've got Papa Sarr and Bergville. Then do you have Madison as a number 10 and Johnson Solanke up front? Or are you going to play Madison on the wing? I agree with you, Sean. It looks like a 4-4-2. It does. I wonder what you guys think. Wayne's gone for 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. I would have to go with probably a 4-2-3-1. It's an interesting lineup, guys. I want to know what you think of that, actually. Love the Bosch voice you gave it. I love the Bosch voice you gave. Felt like I was from the Midlands of Sheffield. Oh, big up, Shawnee. Love you lots, man. You're a good man. You're a good man, Shawnee. Big up, Shawnee. The captain of this channel. Big up, Shawnee. Tequila says Matters on the wing. Yeah, that if Matters on the wing, then Jesus Christ, we're in for a hammering tomorrow. Johnson, oh dear, yeah. Look, I'm gonna back my man Johnson, right? He could turn out tomorrow and be a hero for us tomorrow. I think Brendan Johnson does what he does well. It's very difficult to go at to kill. I mean, you know yourself. You look at all the best strikers, Gary Lineker. You look at Defoe. I know Defoe scored some belters, but you look at the likes of Berbatov. You look at Robbie Keane, who was in and around the box. I go back to Gary Lineker. You can go back to Gug Muller. You can go back to players like that were in and around the box. They were just box go poachers, 6 yard. I mean, Wayne will know himself. Strikers like that, it's a talent within itself. So I want to ask you guys, would you put Johnson as a striker? But I just don't know with that lineup. Shawnee's gone for 4-4-2. We've got Wayne going 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. Shawnee says I prefer that. I think Wayne, it looks like a 4-3-3 to me. I knew you were going to say that, Tequila. I said it deliberately. I said it deliberately. I missed the 4-2-3-1. It would be a throwback at better times. Yeah, that's true. Wayne saying Saar and Benny in the middle. Bergville push forward, Madison and Johnson wide. Being told off by Tequila now. So, Dermo, please don't compare Johnson with Burbs, Keno. Dermo, just no, my man. I do apologize, Tequila. As my voice has gone lower because I've been told off by the boss. So, yes, I'm very sorry. Big up to Shamu as well. So Madison on the wing can't even last a full game in it. I know. Right. Here's a question. And then Gerard says, how can you play Johnson? He don't track back and can't cross the ball. He scores goals for us, though. Do you know what? I'm confident with that lineup. We could do a job. I am confident we can do a job. It's just the front three looks weak to me. I think the rest of the team looks solid enough. I think Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven and Udogie, I think it's a solid back four. I think Bentancur side midfield is a very solid midfield. It's the front three for me that worries me. Solanke hasn't scored since January. Johnson doesn't take on, as Gerard said, doesn't track back or can't cross a ball. And Madison he did play in the wing for Leicester. He can do it, but I prefer Madison in number 10 role. Why not start with Tell tomorrow night? Why not start with Tell? Why not start with Tell on the wing. Put Tell and Odegaard on the wings with Solanke up front. I think you put Tell and Odegaard on the wing. I think you cause Frankfurt more problems than you do with a Madison and Johnson on the wings, and put Madison in the middle. That's what I would do, but I'm not the manager. I don't know what you I don't know what you guys think. We've got Shamu saying, to be fair, Johnson has that low drive cross, haha, but most of these blocked or not on target. Tequila says defense as a strong. I'm just checking if I've got any more breaking news. I said that's no. Defense as strong as it can be, really. Saar wouldn't be there for me. Agreed, the forward line there is like it is lacking. I would have put Teller and Odegaard on the wings. I just would not play Madison and Johnson on the wings. I'm sorry. Madder's wing to play in Johnson could be interesting, Shawnee, but I don't know if you agree with me about playing Tell and Odegaard on the wings. I would tomorrow night. The German is going to save Ange's job tomorrow. We have to wait and see. I would go, Ed says, I go 4-4-1-1. Vicario, Porro, Van der Ven, Spence, Bergville, Saar, Bentacle, Yadoki, Tell, Solanke. Keep it tight. Madison, Kulu, Odegaard on the 60 minutes as the game opens up. That's a very good shout. And yeah, I think Kulu is on the bench for tomorrow night as well. Tello, Odegaard, the wings, preferably. I would have played both. To fair, I think our best midfield would be Kulu, Madison, Bentacle. I think Bentacle and Bergville play very well together. So I think that is a strong midfield, by the way. Hopefully that Frankfurt Eagle is at the game and he can take out a few plays for us. I would definitely prefer telling about the wing. So would I. So what I want to do very quickly, guys, is to go over this press conference. I'm only going to pick parts of it. And he was asked, it's fair to say the hopes of salvaging the season comes down to tomorrow night. What's your message been to your players? And he goes on to say, look, I'm not going to read all of it, but he says, yeah, I don't see it salvaging the sea. I see it's an opportunity to do something special. So it depends on your outlook on life, mate. I mean, there I can already get the sense of where this press conference is going. I don't know. You're at a point when you've got an opportunity to get to a semi-final of a major competition. Obviously, you know the challenge before you, and that's the bit that excites you. I don't think it's about salvaging anything. And you know these opportunities don't come around very often, even if you're having a good season. So why not take it? That has kind of been the message to the players, irrespective of everything else that's happened this year. We're a game away from a Final Four of a major competition, and we shouldn't take that for granted in terms of something that is regularly occurrence between. It certainly hasn't been for this club, but we tried to take advantage of it. Sonny didn't travel in the end. He only had one. He's the other one misses out. He's been battling with his foot problems for a few weeks now, and he managed through it. It's got too painful over the last few days. He tried to train yesterday and just wasn't right. So we made the decision to leave him at home, allow him to recuperate, and see the best way to cover everyone else is good. I guess the ultimate note to be obviously it's Kevin who trained and is available as well. So really, it's only Sonny that misses out. He was then asked, Sonny, a captain. You are missing him for the biggest game of the season. What kind of a blow is that? He went, yeah, look, it's a blow, but it's consistent with everything else that's happened this year. So it's just another challenge for us to overcome. Unfortunately for him, he tried really hard. The reason we left him out the weekend was to give him time to recover because he had been struggling with his foot. Things for a couple of weeks now, but you couldn't make it. We've had the challenges in the year. Just another thing. Then he's asked about Solanke now. For me, Solanke hasn't scored since January. And he was asked, Dominic Solanke hasn't scored. And he was asked, Dominic Solanke hasn't scored in the past 11 games. What do you think the reason has been for that? Dom has fought really hard for the team. And I will give him credit. Solanke does work very hard up front. Pardon me. He's going to be important for us tomorrow night, and we're really looking forward to the competition to getting involved and that for the team. LM says, big ups. Just let me know what you think of this press conference so far. I'm getting the vibe of it, what Tequila was saying, by the way. Sort of getting that vibe from the answers. LM said, if I thought Ange would let Madison finish the game, I'd dart him We know he'll be the first one held off. I want matters on the pitch, final whistles, especially if it goes to penalty. It's great. I agree with that. Um, Dom's had enough, probably. Slanky's a workhorse for a team. He would be amazing shadow striker or attacking midfielder, even though he is a great striker. But he hasn't performed this week, Boris. This year, Boris. I'm sorry. If he's supposed to be a great striker, he hasn't scored since January. And that's not good enough for a Premier League striker. I would agree with you. He would be good as a shadow striker or an attacking midfielder, but I think this year up front he's failed. The narrative of your future, is it a personal burden for you? Are you feeling it? It says, no, not at all, mate, because I don't define my career, me as a person, by what people think about me. I've never have, never will. If you don't think I'm good and a good coach today, you won't think I'm a good coach tomorrow, even if we win. One game ain't going to make a difference to that. He goes on to say, you want to think, I am a good coach tomorrow. One game ain't going to make a difference to that. You either think I'm capable of doing the job or you don't. That's where I sit with these things. If people think that us winning tomorrow all of a sudden makes us a better manager, then what am I today or us tomorrow? Losing tomorrow somehow makes me a worse manager. I guess that's their burden, not mine. I don't think that way. I don't think most people think that way, or I like to think they don't. In terms of their own short self-esteem, who are they as people? I couldn't care less. Rarely I couldn't care less. There's no burden on me. There's no anxiety on me. When I'm sitting here doing this, I'm thinking we've got a great opportunity to get to the final four of a major competition. Mate, I'm not going to let that slip by without fighting tooth and nail for irrespective of what may come to the day after. I think nobody's going to change their mind on Ange. I feel. Then it was all about how important is it the senior players in the atmosphere. He said, yeah, I think so, especially playing away in Europe. We've had some tough places, atmospheres, Galatasaray, right? Ibrox, where we were woeful. AZ, a lot of the younger players got exposure to that. Has Vicario and Romero responded to Sunday's mistake? How are they feeling? It was a tough afternoon. They were disappointed, but the thing is that both of them is they don't shy away from their responsibility. They're owning up to it. The mistakes were on them, but once we reviewed it and put it to bed, they trained next day with the mentality you expect them to do. So really, they're getting over it. They're put it to bed, and that's it. The I agree with Ange on that. He won't change my mind. Exactly. Dermo Ange wins, well, then still goes. Enjoyed the show. Remember to sub and like. Cheers, guys. Thanks, Tequila. And Ange is slagging off the fans again. Came across a bit. Yeah, it is. Goons 0-0 at half time, and then until he's actually in the final. Until he's actually in the final, that question doesn't matter. I agree. Listen, guys, if you do want to watch the game, I've got all that injury. The injury list, of course, is we know Sonny's out. We know Drakenson is out as well. Danso is now available. So that is great. Now, if you are watching this, I've got all the information. If you're in the USA, it's on at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Time, and it's on Paramount Plus. Canada is on at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Time on the DAZN. UK and Ireland. UK now it's a bit different. It's 8 p.m. British summertime on TNT Sports 3 and Discovery Plus. It's also on Premier Sports 2 here in Ireland tomorrow night. So that is where you can watch the game, guys. Well, listen, that is enough for me. You go and enjoy your evening. We've got here. Burville reminds me of an absolutely amazing player where he has the opportunity to have, but he loses the ball too much and I have. And I'll tell you what, Burfield's been amazing this season. I won't hear anything said about him. He's had an absolute, for a young lad to come in, he's been brilliant. Big up to you, Boris. And then Shamu says, it's 7 a.m. New Zealand time. What channel is it on in New Zealand? Just let me know very quickly before we finish. Now, guys, we are going to finish there. We are back on tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Be here or be square. We're on at 7. For the build up, me and Steve are going to build up to the game. And yeah, we're going to do build up to the game, an hour's build up. Of course, I'm on Dave's show, the Irish Hotspur, for the build there. Then we're going to do our build up here. And then straight out of the game, whatever time the game finishes, we're doing final score straight away. And then win, lose, or draw, we will come back and do final score. We'll do players' reaction as well. We'll do the player ratings live in final score as well. And then if any news breaks on Ange, stays, goes, or whatever, we'll bring it to you first and fastest, as we always do. Tomorrow is Ange, do or die. Tomorrow, if he loses, does he go? I think he does. If he wins, he stays in the job. Listen, guys, thank you all so much for watching. What I am going to do, I'm going to play the new intro out. A lot of you didn't see it. So this is the THFC Till I Die new intro. Shamu says, big up, Shamu. This is the new intro, a new song as well for the intro. Guys, see you tomorrow at 7. Come on, you Spurs. Let's go and win the European. Let's go and win in Europe. Let's go to Frankfurt and win. I back the team all the way. I'm backing the cockerel to crow loudly tomorrow night. Come on, you Spurs. Let's win. And this is a new intro, song by Column. I'll do it tomorrow. Anyway, do hit the link below for our channel sponsor, private internet access. €45 for 2 years plus 4 months free if you can. But this is a new intro. Guys, tomorrow night, come on, you Spurs. We will win Europa League. Hopefully. Come on.
White and blue running through my veins. On the pitch where the glory remains. The cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest.